for Friday night. From the draft room to the trade deadline, we built these rosters, now it's showtime. Clock can't stop us, ping don't lie. When the clock hits zero, somebody's gonna cry. I've been waiting all week for Friday night. AFA where legends ignite. Street snipers watching chat going wild. Yeah, I've been waiting all week for Friday night. No commercials, no mercy, just pure sim glory. Every play's a story, every win's a trophy. From the owner's box to the rookie in the chat, we own these moments, tell the world that I've been waiting all week for Friday night. I've been waiting all week for Friday night. AFA where legends ignite. Street snipers watching chat going wild. Yeah, I've been waiting all week for Friday night. I've been waiting all week for Friday night. AFA where legends ignite. Street snipers watching chat going wild. Yeah, I've been waiting all week for Friday night. I've been waiting all week for Friday night.
Well, the fans are filing in, and we hope you're getting ready to do the same there from your easy chair. Welcome in to Week 6 action. It is the AFA Game of the Week. It's the 49ers, and it's the Patriots live from Gillette Stadium, and you are watching here on YouTube. Good evening, everybody. Cameron Duty, as always, with my partner, DJ Kilgannon. DJ, here we are at this time of the year. Some teams are starting to show their strengths while others are trying to play catch-up. In this case, we have that very same scenario. And these two teams have met previously, so they're getting a little more familiar with one another. What do you think could be the objectives to winning today?
You know, as far as winning the games go, right, I think the 49ers, like you had mentioned, need to take advantage of their strengths. We've seen games where they completely dominate things. I think back to our Thanksgiving call, right, where Jacquez was taking over the game by storm with deep ball shots, right? And I think that is something they can do against this Patriots squad that'll really take the lid off things. As far as the Patriots go, they have a dominant 1-2 punch in the backfield, and I think if they can get some momentum between those two, things are going to look scary for the Niners.
They come into this Patriots 3 wins, 2 losses, and the 49ers 2 wins to 3 losses. It's still up for grabs. Anything can happen. Don't go anywhere. For the next 4 quarters, you're going to want to be glued right here to the TV. It's the AFA Game of the Week on YouTube, and New England will get us started.
I mean, you look at this game, Cam, 2 middle-of-the-pack teams statistically. Right, you have the 2nd and 3rd seed at this current moment. Not a huge, team pool to look at, but 3-2 and 2-3. This should be an interesting matchup.
It sure should. Now, one thing that's changed since these teams got together, quarterback number 10, Cannon McAllister, is under center for the New England Patriots. He throws quickly and a bobbled tip, but a catch made, and that is going to go for a first down. Great concentration there by the fullback, Thaddeus Bubbarig.
Yeah, you don't see them fullbacks usually have some talent catching the ball, but he did so in traffic, then took a pair of 49ers to wrangle him down just shy of the 50. What a way to get that offense started.
As you see at the bottom of your screen, the starting lineup. So take a look for your name there for each and every person in the AFA that is playing, as well as the fact is it's never too late to get involved. As that pass is incomplete, you could be out there making the big plays as well. So do yourself a favor and join if you haven't already on our Discord.
That was Quinchester Baggins, the tight end for the Patriots, that was trying to find some space in the middle of that zone. Ran a corner route, and the linebacker just read it all the way.
Brings up 2nd and 10, just past midfield for the New England Patriots. McAllister steps back, now steps forward, throws over the head of a pretty good swarm 49er defenders. Tried to fit that one in there to Quinchester Baggins, his tight end. It falls incomplete.
I really like the attempt there. Baggins had a step or two up the seam. The safety was really the only one there, but he was coming from the side. If that one was just a little bit more on the mark, we might have seen some huge chunk yardage there on that, deep attempt.
3 receivers to the right as they throw on 3rd down. Here's a dart. He does connect this time with his wideout Jebediah Butters for the 1st and 10, and New England will keep the drive rolling.
Yeah, it seems like McAllister and this offense have really game planned around attacking the middle of this defense, right? We saw it with the seam pass earlier, as well as that pass to the fullback. It seems like maybe they found an area of the field they can take advantage of.
There goes Jebediah Butters in motion, throwing that direction. Oh, it's complete, and it is a foot race. Kool-Aid to the end zone, touchdown. As you see Cannon McAllister, he looked right, and he threw short to Kool-Aid, who then turned it into a big gain with an elusive move there to get rid of the would-be tackler.
And geez, talk about not having to do much, right? You have double hitch routes on that side of the field. Kool-Aid, cool as can be, gets a devastating stiff arm after he makes the catch, and a nice block from another receiver gives him just enough separation to just completely burn the defenders in the area.
So New England able to strike first for a couple of plays there. It seemed as if this drive was on the verge of maybe stalling out around midfield, but then 2 explosive plays by the offense, and they have a 7-0 lead over the 49ers early in this game.
Yeah, I mean, when I think of the Patriots and how their offense functions, right, that's not often how I see it working out in my head. This isn't a team that I see passing for an entire drive and doing so with success, right? This is a team that you see take slow, methodical drives, run the ball down your throat, tire out your defense, and then punch it in at the end. But I mean, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. And that first drive, it really took advantage of maybe some comfortability the 49ers thought they had on defense.
Well, we'll have the opportunity now to say hello to the 49ers offense. This is a team, you talk about the running game, that we've actually been calling for in the previous weeks to see them do more of with some of the talent in the backfield. As, we'll see if that's something that they address as this game goes along. They start at the 22-yard line. Prince Wonder, the quarterback, under center, and they do hand it off quickly to the running back, Trunan Dunn. Loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, rough hit and a rough start to your drive. They are trying to switch things up, however, and run the ball early. I mean, if you talk about a back that has really made a big impact when he gets carries, it's Trunan Dunn. We've seen him break off for some huge plays, and a balanced approach will probably be best for them, and it looks like they are trying to go for that early.
Prince Wonder, the left-hander, going to throw short out of the backfield. Comes Trunan Dunn, who does pick up a couple of the negative yards as well as 2 additional, brings it to 3rd and 8. And, this is something for the 49ers that we've discussed, DJ, is being able to sustain drives here.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw the QB. He kind of felt pressured, stepped up in the pocket, and kind of just shoveled it off to his back out of the backfield, right? That one was kind of a cluster, if you will. Couldn't really see what was happening until it was already caught.
Wonder now going to throw. It's
Oh!
intercepted. Taken out of the sky by Trayvon Austin. He's going
Gone.
to the house. Nobody will touch him. Touchdown, Patriots.
Oh my goodness. Trayvon Austin says, let me take this game into my own hands, and he does so with precision. Look at this. The quarterback has plenty of time, just throws an errant throw. Even if Trayvon Austin isn't there, Cam, there is a defender basically running that route for the receiver. I mean, you just have to play more disciplined football than that, especially whenever you have a comfortable pocket to throw the football in.
Yeah, that's been the story of the 49ers up to this point. As we said, coming into this game, 2-3 on the season. When they have won, it's been shades of brilliance at times. When they've lost, it's been situations such as this, turning the ball over and having to play from an early deficit, as this extra point is good with 5:42 remaining in the first. Long way to go, but, like you said, you want to be able to start things off on a good foot here, DJ, and that again is where San Francisco finds themselves in a hole.
Yeah, and that's how they lose some of these games, is going to an early deficit, like you were just talking about, right? Letting teams play their style of football, and then the Niners have to change what they traditionally do to try and catch up, right? That's why we so often see them get stuck in those passing carousels that cause turnovers like the previous.
And so exactly like you said, DJ. And so what we'll look at now is Prince Wonder gets ready and he comes back out here. Gotta lead this team down the field. You want to get some points on this drive. First thing you need to do is establish a good drive here, not just go 3 and out or 3 at a turnover. Let's see, Wonder going to throw quickly again into good coverage. And you know what? It's not a shabby defense that the 49ers are going up against either. They really have some stars on this Patriot D.
Yeah, Joey Cronin, he was in the one-on-one there, made a play. Ton of great, defensive backs on this squad. They have some, nice help in the middle of the defense as far as linebackers go, and a solid defensive front with some user players, right?
Empty set for the 49ers on 2nd and 10. Wonder, the drop back. He has time. He throws.
Oh!
It is. They're going to say that's a fumble, and it's fallen on there by the 49ers. Now, I have to wonder if that football was, in possession enough to be ruled a fumble. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he made a football move. We'll get another look at. Oh, maybe
Maybe he
I don't know.
did.
I think that's incomplete, though.
Yeah, I would be thinking, and we will not see a challenge there, or we will. Oh, last minute. The challenge flag is thrown there, DJ. And we'll get a look at the review here, and you'll see Trayvon Austin coming in and jarring the ball loose. This could be incomplete.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he took a step, maybe 2, after he caught the ball, right? But it kind of seemed like one of those plays where he was getting the ball to his running spot, and then it kind of got forced out. And New England is challenging here, of course, because the Niners did pick it up and gained a whole lot of yardage that they shouldn't have otherwise.
After review, the play has been ruled an incomplete pass.
And you're correct on that, DJ. The play is overturned as an incomplete pass,
New England will not be charged.
as New England not charged the timeout. So a very worthy cause there to challenge that play by the Patriots, and the 49ers will have a 3rd down.
Yeah, I'm a little bit in shock, Cam, being up here in New England, and we saw a successful call getting made. But, they did the right thing, forcing 3rd and long here for the Niners, and these are the situations where they struggle a little bit.
Well, we'll have to play the role of, ref analyst, I guess you'd say, in this broadcast. And I think we've got to say that, that time, as the pass falls incomplete, that the call was pretty well sustained. It was substantial.
Yeah, I mean, it was a right call, right, and a great challenge from New England. They trusted what they saw out there. And again, like I had mentioned, forcing San Francisco into those long passing downs. You saw exactly why you do it right there. The QB just gets a little bit antsy, tries to force it out too quick to routes that aren't fully developed, and it usually falls incomplete.
And so New England will get the ball back in good field position from the 42. They're up by 2 scores. The offense has only been out on the field once. That's a pretty good opening quarter.
Yeah, I mean, like you had mentioned, 2-possession lead. Your offense has had so much time to rest. You've put that other side offense in a lot of pressure. Now your offense gets to come back and cook.
The fullback Thaddeus Bubba Rig, fighting hard, gets back to the line of scrimmage before he is stood up for no gain. 2nd and 10 on the way.
Yeah, it's a little bit more like what we're used to seeing up here in New England, right? Run first, pass later when you have to or you think it's available.
On 2nd down with 2 receivers to the right, he tosses left to Bubba Rig, who has a little more room to run that time, tries to stiff arm his way out of a tackle. It'll be 3rd and 7 coming up for the Patriots after a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, great solo tackle there on the pitch. That's really the play you look at when those are being made, because somebody is going to come free and hit the back. It's all about if they can bring them down or not by themselves. Did so successfully there and stopped what could have been a huge game.
The big stepper goes in motion out of the backfield, provides extra protection for McAllister, who throws the interception. The defense, Benjamin Simpson, the fumbles. And are you kidding me? New England gets the ball back.
Oh, my goodness. What devastation. Benjamin Simpson, the one who's able to pick it off. Great coverage. That's kind of what we've been seeing out of San Francisco. Just errant throws. Simpson gets kind of lost, runs up the sideline, and smacked. That was a lineman. Number 72 for the Patriots who forced that fumble. Oh, he deserves a burger or a pay raise or something after this.
He's still trying to figure out what time zone he's currently in or what continent he's on after
there
that.
Left tackle right there, 72.
Yep.
Wow.
Benjamin Simpson probably needed one of those Simpson seat belts to kind of secure him there after that. And it's 2nd and 6 now coming up for the Patriots. Wow, what luck for New England, and how about the unluck for San Francisco after they finally get something in their favor?
You talk about that ball staying in bounds too, right? That was right on the sideline.
On the carry on 2nd down, that is the big stepper for what I do believe is his first touch of the day. He gets close to the first down sticks, and that'll bring up a 3rd and short.
It was offset eye. They had the fullback lead the way and take a block off of one of the linebackers to clear a little bit more of a clear path there for stepper. That's what's so dangerous about this backfield, is they can design plays like that.
The tight end, Quinchester Baggins, goes in motion. They toss it left to the big stepper, who just gets the first down, streaks past the 40 to keep New England's offense on the field.
See, that pitch is similar to what we saw last time, but instead of that solo tackler being able to make a play, they had a fullback out in front that was blocking that solo tackler. So learning from their mistakes is New England.
Handoff. I believe that was Bubba Rig, who plows up the middle before he is stopped. Gain of 1 on the play.
I mean, you look at these two backs, like we had mentioned, very potent 1-2. They're both in the backfield now, so you kind of wonder where could the ball go, right? But they like to set up a lot of blocks with him off the edge, like that pitch we saw last time. Oh, man.
Quarterback caper. Look at the set of wheels on Cannon McAllister. Someone that we usually don't see take off like that, but hey, it was open for the taking.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play call, right? You saw the offset eye facing one side with plenty of receivers out to each side. You could see the linebacker there right before he took off. That was Lurkland, who took off expecting a run to that right side, to the strong side, and the quarterback just took it right up the middle. I don't know if that was a great call by coach or McAllister showing some great awareness.
Now McAllister back to throw. Has a man in stride and into traffic. That's Kool-Aid, who comes down with the reception, and it's 1st and goal.
And McAllister really showing some dual threat capabilities on this drive and really taking a drive into his hands. You see that safety up top shade to the right side of your screen and then has to go back left because McAllister reads the coverage so well and attacks it when he knows he can't get back.
A very eventful first quarter, with New England already up 2 scores and now in the red zone, actually in goal line territory, as McAllister throws, trying to find Kool-Aid once more. Good job of the 49ers defense disrupting that play. Incomplete.
Yeah, a lot of bodies in the area. There was one on the receiver, but someone jumped up to bat that one away. I think it might have been Benjamin Simpson again who made the pass deflection. It was hard to tell. There was a lot of white and gold in the area.
2nd and goal. McAllister hands it off. The big stepper plowing up the middle. It'll bring up 3rd and goal. He might have got a couple.
Yeah, now see, this is a situation for where a New England team, right? If you're facing them, is like if you're the defense here, right? You have 3 yards to go. Do they run? Do they pass? Their whole playbook is completely open at this point. I mean, they could even do that quarterback run up the middle, right? There's so many capabilities you could do if you're an offense as versatile as New England is.
Yeah, and for the 49ers, a chance to make a stop. That would make a difference in this game. McAllister throws
Bang.
short and a touchdown. Quinchester Baggins right at the goal line. McAllister able to squeak that one in. It's a 3-score lead for the Patriots.
Yeah, coach sees the situation. The last few runs didn't work out as much as he'd like, so they put it into the hands of their quarterback. You could see the linebacker trying to make an attempt at the ball, but McAllister cannoned it in right at the perfect location to where no one else could get around his receiver to get a hand on it, as well as a defensive lineman jumping up in the backfield trying to bat it down. Waited for the perfect time to find a clear path and throw that ball at the perfect time.
And fantastic wordplay there, DJ. McAllister canning that football in. I like that. It did not go unnoticed, by the way.
Much appreciated, my friend. And you look at that drive there for New England, that is more of their style of football, right? 12 plays, 52 yards. That 12-play drive, could have easily been shortened if they did a few more deep pass attempts, but they wanted to churn plenty of time off the clock and tire out the 49ers defense as much as possible.
And now on the return, past the 20 here, is the halfback Yaki Soba. And San Francisco, like we said, down 3 scores. We're still in the first quarter, folks. It's 21-0. New England over San Francisco. If you're just joining us, it's been an offensive and defensive onslaught up to this point, supplied by the Patriots. And San Francisco just has to get some forward momentum. Wonder handing off and nothing there. Oh, that's a brutal tackle by the middle linebacker, Trey Ingram, who gets into the backfield. Loss of 3.
Yeah, we had mentioned earlier they have some solid stones in the middle of their defense. 2 middle linebackers on the roster. Trey Ingram there, who just made the tackle for loss, and Jason Carter as well are formidable.
Now Wonder trying to roll out, buy some time, throws back across his body, and throws the interception. Coming back the other way. And it's going to be in 49er territory at the 28-yard line. As let's see, was that Harrison who I believe had the interception on that one?
It was a number 37 there who
37.
was able to go up and catch it. Not seeing one on my roster sheet, but man, showed up in a big way. Whether or not the name is on the roster, whether it's a generic or not, the play is appreciated. Had a nice run back as well, giving New England, again, great field position off of a turnover. If you're San Francisco, you got to try and clean things up. But first, you got to make a stop.
Yeah, you're reeling at this point. Your offense can't stay on the field. Your defense is quickly getting tired, and the Patriots are just carving them up.
Wow.
Once again. That is Jebediah Butters, the wide receiver, on the first down grab.
Yeah, we're going to see a better look at it here, but this Patriots offense loves those corner routes. You could see the defender trying to dive and make a play. That was Prince Wonder, the cornerback. They are diving back to try and make a play, but the corner route deep enough to where he couldn't have any success. The linebackers in the zone were playing in the middle of the field, and the safeties were over the top. He's the one who forced him out of bounds at the end there, but it's already 1st and goal, Cam, after just one play.
An unbelievable first quarter here, first frame for the New England Patriots. They're not done yet. McAllister throws.
Oh my God.
And I believe he just dropped it. That was Kool-Aid trying to make a tiptoe grab at the back of the end zone. He just couldn't bring it in. It's 2nd and goal.
Yeah, he just put a little bit too much sugar in the pitcher on that one. And, I mean, you got to be able to hold that one in. That's a touchdown. Makes it 4 in the first quarter if you're able to pull that one in. That's a great throw by McAllister. He's going to want that one back if you're Kool-Aid.
Yeah, 2nd and goal now. Ball just outside the 9-yard line with 12 seconds remaining in this first quarter. They hand it off to the big man, Thaddeus Bubba Rigg. It's a shoestring tackle that brings him down by Storm Duck, or else he had room to run. And that is how we will end quarter number 1 here, DJ. New England absolutely dominating at home. 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. You're watching the American Football Association on YouTube. We'll be right back. Welcome you in to start this second quarter. AFA football, the game of the night here on YouTube. Camera duty, DJ Kilgannon. Big thanks to Brady White, the AFA commissioner, and his staff for all they do. 3rd and goal for the Patriots. Big play coming here.
Wow.
End zone, Kool-Aid. They got it back, DJ. Touchdown. The onslaught continues.
I just love it, Cam, because you think about that break in between quarters, right? Cannon, McAllister, and Kool-Aid certainly must have had some words, and I imagine those words are something like, man, I'm not dropping that again. Give me another shot, and you will see 7 go up on that board. He trusts his guy, a great hitch route in that corner of the end zone, perfect throw, perfect catch. New England takes the 4-possession lead.
Yeah, nice little curl there in that route, as you mentioned, just a little quick curl back there to the football. And again, that is good chemistry. And we have seen that out of, McAllister early in his career here. He came on, a couple games into the season here. And he's already developed a great chemistry with Kool-Aid, as well as a handful of others. But definitely, that Cannon to Kool-Aid connection is pretty special.
Yeah, it certainly is. They really trust each other. And that's why as soon as that drop was made, it wasn't a thought in my mind as, I'm curious if it was to others, watching this game. But I saw that drop and it didn't make me think, oh man, don't throw it back his way. It was how quickly is he going to throw back his way, right? Because you talked about, how much chemistry they have. And there they are right there celebrating on the sideline as we say it.
Great production work, by the way, for the folks there getting those images for you, zooming in on the budding relationship between Cannon McAllister and Kool-Aid as they continue to work out here on the football field, and a chemistry that, as we said, has certainly got the AFA on notice when you play this Patriot team. Now, Prince Wonder looking for the same with one of his men. Put it down. Trayvon Austin wreaking havoc today on Prince Wonder.
Yeah, Austin almost had another house call there. If he was there a second earlier, Cam, that one would have been gone.
Yeah, man, look at that passing chart. Prince Wonder, only 1 completion, and he's tried just about every area of the field you can think of today.
More interceptions on his stat sheet than completions right now, something to think about.
Yeah, that hurts. As the 49ers, they're, as we said, trying to work their way out of a deficit, not only here in this game, but the couple of games leading up to this, they've struggled at times. Wonder now throwing again, tipped away, and again it's Trayvon Austin, a quick 3rd and 10.
I mean, this is going to be tonight like, that you watch your first scary movie when you're a kid, and every time you go to bed, you think the boogeyman is going to jump out of the shadows. So that boogeyman is Trayvon Austin for Prince Wonder right now.
Every time Wonder will close his eyes tonight, he will be seeing images of Trayvon Austin. He can't wait to get out of Boston. Here's a throw, and it's tipped. Incomplete, and I do believe that was Harrison again, who, as we said, he had the interception earlier in this one, and it's 4th and 10.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what we talked about to start the game, Cam, the first time we saw the Niners come out on offense. Whenever you are able to force this squad to pass deep and have to do it consistently, right, with those 3rd and longs, making them play from behind, that's when they play at their worst, right? Because you really can't, when you're down this much, it's hard to, be happy with letting your back run, with how much time that'll take off the clock. It's crazy to talk about it when it's only the 2nd quarter, right?
Yeah.
There's a 4-possession lead right now for New England. You need all the time you can get.
Well, you're exactly right. That automatically has disrupted the entire, potential game plan of the 49ers. They've got, good young stars there in the backfield. We've mentioned Truman Dunn and Yaki Soba all throughout the year, and they just can't use them. Screen pass to the big stepper. Maybe gets 2. That one's read well by the 49ers. Prince Wonder, the cornerback, in coverage for the tackle.
And you see that there's 62% completion over a century of passing yards. The interception really his only downfall. But if you think about that interception, it was then fumbled back to his own team. So even that you can kind of scratch out.
I think you'll appreciate this statement here. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And how about this? Kool-Aid, he's just good all the time. No luck there. Beautiful throw over the top, and Kool-Aid just brings it in over the shoulder.
Especially when his buddy McAllister is throwing it this way. I mean, when you're looking at how well he reads and picks apart a defense, I almost want to call him Kevin McAllister because it's just child's play the way he is picking apart this 49ers defense.
Yeah, he's Kevin McAllister and the 49ers are the Wet Bandits at the moment.
That's right.
Oh my
Oh
goodness,
my
look at
gosh!
this. Yeah, if we need another display of just how McAllister's playing, how about he finds his man, number 13, that's Marley Cush there with the reception.
Oh, we got to see another replay of this. The defender's right there, and he just takes it off of his dome piece. Oh my goodness. What a play by the receiver, and what enough trust from McAllister to place that one right in the perfect spot.
Yeah, and Marley, let's not forget, that is a very new addition to New England. So he's already trying out the new guys here. Here comes Thaddeus Bubba Rig, turning the corner, gets to the 10-yard line before they finally get the big man out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, had so much room to run. Terrific blocking from the receivers there. And, man, Cam, if we see this Patriots squad for the rest of the season, they could make some serious damage late in the season. Look at Kool-Aid holding the block all the way until the back is past him.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, this is a team that, if you're looking at your schedules coming up, folks, and your team plays the Patriots, I think you got to be a little bit concerned at this momentum that they're on right now. Tough to bring down. There is Thaddeus again, picks up 4 on the play.
Yeah, I mean, you did say tough to bring down. That's a guy that when I hear that, I think of, right? And him and the big stepper. We had mentioned how dominant of a 1-2 punch they are, especially in this area of the field, right? It's not and goal yet, so you can run it a few more times comfortably. There's the other one.
And running right into the end zone. My gosh, how many people is it going to take to get the big stepper down? That is a very Patriot-like drive as you get the fullback and the halfback involved.
Yeah.
And the touchdown at the end of it, a 5-touchdown lead now for New England.
Yeah, I mean, you see the power behind that run. One broken tackle, fights through a second to cross the goal line, right? When you look at those two backs side by side, you might think, they use the fullback as a power back and they use the big stepper as an elusive back. That's just not true. Both of these guys will come out of the box and punch you in the face with everything they have. It's more of it's not a power and elusive back combo. It's a power and power combo.
Mm-hmm.
They're very similar backs with how they run despite their size, right? And they will take down anyone that's in their way.
5:31 remaining in this first half, and New England has opened up a 5-touchdown lead in the AFA game of the night. What has turned in to be the Patriots game of the night, all to themselves right now, as they're the only ones on the scoreboard. For the 49ers, you see the possessions. Wow. It's sprinkled with punts and interceptions here, DJ.
Yeah, I mean, 2 interceptions, 2 punts. You look at their net yardage on these last 4 drives. They have all 4 drives combined. They have a total net yards of -1.
Yeah.
Along with
as
2
we
interceptions
work
the other way.
Excuse me, my friend. As we work our way towards the halftime break, I'm interested to see what the time of possession will be on the stat sheet. Prince Wonder now going to step up just to try to find some sort of positive gain. He picks up 3 on the rush.
There we go. That's more yardage than they've had in the last 4 combined right there on that run. A nice way to start it. It's not much, but any sort of motivation or momentum you can get behind your quarterback is something positive. Just got to clean things up.
2nd and 7, 5 minutes remaining in this opening half. As we see a man in motion, that's Matthew Rogers. They give to Trunan Dunn, who picks up a couple more before he is tackled. Brings up 3rd and 6. DJ, what do you tell your depleted squad at this point? Looking at a 5-score deficit before halftime. What do you tell them when you come out for the next series?
Man, I mean, there's not a whole lot you can say. You just got to try and stick with the game plan and I think it's really, you just got to tell your back to be a little bit more safe with the ball.
Flag on the play. That one is largely overthrown. Could have seen something that, as we stop to hear the call, it's a holding on the defense. That's going to work to the 49ers' favor as it is a 1st and 10. So he's seen the infraction, and Wonder just went for the big throw at the end of it.
Oh, so you see that one being so overthrown, but Smith actually held on to the jersey of the receiver a little bit as he was trying to separate himself, which caused the overthrow. Makes a little bit more sense on why the throw was so errant, but this Niners drive will get a little bit of more time to play with.
A little bit of traction there as they are set up just outside the 40-yard line. Here's the snap, Wonder under center, hands off to Trunadon with room to run, and I don't think they're going to get him. Blown coverage, middle of the field, 10, 5, touchdown, Trunadon, and this, DJ, is why we have been so hyped on this young man. Look at that speed.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about arguably one of the most explosive backs the AFA has to offer. You could see the linebackers there making chase. It was sort of an outside blitz concept. There's one guy in the area, but he's a good 8 yards off of him. Vrabel trying to catch up, but Dunn it's like getting shot out of a cannon, if you will. As soon as he's past that line of scrimmage, all he saw was green, and it's like he had a pickaxe in his hand, took a nice big chunk out of this New England lead. He's going to have to do it a few more times, though, and their defense is going to have to show up as well.
Yeah, just drove a big old wedge there, right in the middle there of that Patriots defense, and he took off. It only took 3 plays for 70 yards. There's a bright spot to this 49ers unit as they are now down just 4 scores, 35-7. And it's an amazing feat to look at, DJ. It feels like this first half has went on forever. A lot of scoring, 42 points in the first half, a lot of clock stoppage. So that certainly caused this length of the game to kind of, and drag on's not the right word there, but it's certainly changed the pacing of this game. I think is the right thing I'm looking for.
Yeah, absolutely, especially when it comes to the Niners side of the ball. Besides that drive, it was a lot of plays where they were forced to throw and nothing was being complete. So no time was really going off of the clock at all.
1st and 10 now from the 23-yard line as McAllister lines up under center after he sends Jebediah Butters in motion to the top side. McAllister throws a little behind Bubba Rigg there. Couldn't reel that one in, and it's a 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, some frustration there from the fullback. You know, you think back about, the play we had with Kool-Aid where he missed, and, you think about Bubba Rigg and the frustration he let out at the end of that one. It's like, trying to pass to a big old angry bull out of your backfield, right? So whenever something's off the mark, you're like, all right, calm down, big guy. We can get you another one. Your pro capabilities on the ground anyhow.
Up 35-7, more than likely you'll get a shot at it again. McAllister throws this time on target, threads the needle for Butters. That's 1st and 10.
Yeah, I mean, we need to get Cannon McAllister a scalpel and one of those stethoscopes because he is just surgical with these throws and how he's pulling apart this defense. It is just fantastic to watch.
Bubba Rigg with the carry. Takes 3 guys in total to bring him down after a pickup of 5 yards.
Yeah, taking out some of that earlier frustration on the opposition. That's exactly what you need to do. There he is again in the backfield, back of that I form.
Yeah, he looks hungry. As it's 2nd and 5 coming up here. Clock down, 3:25 remaining in the first half. McAllister snaps, tosses that way to Bubba Rigg, makes one man. I was going to say makes a man miss at the very last minute. Armani Lassiter is able to get him by the ankles. No gain.
Yeah, at least was able to fight back to the line of scrimmage, not before getting hit pretty hard on that play. And, this is a situation where they kind of have to throw.
3rd and 5, McAllister throws short, and that's going to be close. Kool-Aid was initially short of the first, but he got a very generous shove there, DJ.
Yeah, I think that may be short.
Oh, and they call it first.
Wow. Very nice.
How about that? That, I thought, was the 49ers being able to contain on that play, but in the end, like we said, we may not get a chance to even see the replay, but a generous shove there into the back of Colorado Kool-Aid gives him the 1st down. As it's the big stepper running hard for 7 on the 1st down carry.
Yeah, I mean, again, such aggression in this backfield. They will never go down easy, the pair of them, and there they are. One at the fullback spot, one at the running back spot. It's almost a guarantee that you know what's coming. A tough 4-3, though. It's going to be hard to run up the middle.
But they will, and the big stepper, with credit to this offensive line, making holes around the right side. He picks up the 1st, and this will lead us into the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, and you talked about how the pace of this game had been a little bit off, right, with the the struggles, if you will, that the 49ers have faced offensively. The Patriots are really making up for that lost time.
Yeah, that they are, as they have once again started to incorporate this ground attack. First set of downs inside of the 2-minute warning. Now, here's a rollout by McAllister, and they're going to say that Butters is not able to stay in bounds, steps out. It's second and 10. Oh, but wait. We'll get a
Sure
challenge here, DJ.
Whether the pass was caught inbounds.
And
do
you
you think
see
about
Butters there pleading his case on the sidelines. We'll get a chance to take a look at the review right here as we go under the hood.
Yeah, I mean, I saw 1 foot down for sure. He might be out.
Yeah, I think he may be.
That second foot might have not got in, but one did for sure.
The pass has been ruled complete.
Oh,
Catch was made prior
They'll call
to
that foot enough.
second down.
okay. So the ruling on the field is overturned, and the Patriots are fortunate on a second challenge here today. So far they've been able to do well with that challenge system. It's a 9-yard gain for Jebediah Butters, and it's second and 1. But I will say this: I still feel like he was out.
So you're saying the Boston home team is 2 for 2 on challenges?
I am leaning into your theory tonight, DJ. This is a handoff by the big stepper. Well, he makes sure that first is going to get accomplished anyway as he drives forward close to the 20.
Yeah, and it's curious because they've ran that corner route so many times, and that was really the first time we've seen it be questioned whether they were in or out. Kind of curious with how often they run the routes that were being called back.
Yeah. Oh, and look at him now. Now the wheels are turning, and the adrenaline's pumping. The big stepper. The more you feed him the football, the more successful he is. That's a gain of 8 on first down.
Yeah, I mean he's like a plant really. The more you more water him, the more sunlight you give him, the bigger and better he gets. It's all about momentum. Once he sees a little bit of green, he wants it all.
More of the same here on second down. He's going to get it all into the end zone, and he high steps his way to another Patriot touchdown, 41-7 with the extra point pending.
And the crowd just losing it now as they get, what is that, their 6th touchdown of the afternoon.
Yeah.
5th on offense, right? A huge hole there for the big stepper to run through. I don't even think he was touched, Cam.
It didn't look that way. I mean, and like we said, we talked about how he just shoots out of there with a big head of steam. And again, almost impossible to bring him down when he reaches that point, as the extra point is good. 11 plays, and that's the kind of Patriot drive we're used to. 77 yards, 3 minutes taken off the clock. Yeah, what more could you ask for? Hammer Duty here with DJ Kilgannon on the call with you guys as the Patriots have made a day of it for themselves. 42-7, the score before halftime. And with 1:03 left, San Francisco would like to be able to get some more points on the board. DJ, I think this is a great time for us to tell everybody the importance of getting your name in, getting your player in on one of these squads. Because let's take a look at Cannon McAllister. Just a couple of weeks ago, he was not the starting quarterback for the Patriots. And talk about turning things around. He was able to do so, and folks, it's not too late for you either to get your name on a player and get in on the action.
Yeah, if memory serves me right, the first time we really got a good preview of McAllister was back in the Turkey Bowl.
Yes.
And, he kind of took that game and, was trying his best to play his heart out, and he did so, right? He was trying his best out there. Kind of a lackluster game all around, right? It was kind of just a blur, really. I mean, it was pretty one-sided, if you will, especially offensively.
Yeah, it definitely was. And so, it begs the question, where would the Patriots be right now had they not gotten some of these additions that they have? We've mentioned Bubba Rigg, the big stepper, Kool-Aid, Marley, who is a new addition, and, of course, Cannon McAllister. it's really changed this team's outlook. The projection has changed for them as we look quickly here at the third down play. Incomplete is that Santiago Jaquez, who's knocked short, or knocked down, by the way, couldn't hold on to the football.
Yeah, that was Cronin who was there to force the incompletion. And man, talk about a guy that had high praise from us coming into the game, right? And Jaquez. Talk about that Turkey Bowl where he just completely took the game by force and was so dominant in those deep passes, right? And we haven't seen any of those be completed at this point.
No,
Patriots
we have not. That
really
is
just shutting them down.
Yeah, it's just a testament to that Patriot defense. You're right on that, as this ball is taken out to the 46-yard line. Now, will the Patriots try to do anything with the final 8 seconds here?
You might see a throw downfield, but really you don't need to. You have more than a comfortable lead. I think you should just run the ball, take it back to half. We'll line up in split backs. They have been traditionally passing out of this look.
And they'll do so once more. McAllister with the arm
Oh!
on him. And he had man. Butters able to hold on to it, but here's kind of the funny thing about it, as we will see another review by the booth. Let me get this thought in real quick, DJ. Had he been able to contain his footing, he would have been gone. We'll see it again. Yeah. There was nobody in front.
It makes me think he was definitely in bounds, considering that point. I thought he could have stayed in bounds and kept running. I guess we're going to get another look at the feet here of Butters. I mean, from that angle, I mean, he's in bounds by a country mile, it looked like.
After review, the pass has been ruled complete.
It's also a Boston review, so you know it's not going to get turned down.
Oh, never. Never. Well, like I said, I come prepared for every game when we come to the Boston area with ample bodyguards.
You agreed with me.
I did, and I know I do agree. That's why I said ample bodyguards, because there may be a chance that I have to agree with you that today was that case.
They might have just made enough yards. Let's see.
Yeah, 48-yarder here. Snap the hold. The kick is good, and it's long enough. 45-7 to add the cherry on top of a truly incredible first half. The most dominant we've seen out of any AFA team so far.
Yeah, I mean, what a slap in the face, right? End of the drive, you have, 8 seconds left. You throw a bomb to the right side of the field, caught inbounds, and then you kick a 45-plus yarder. Man, that's got to feel gut-wrenching if you're a Niners fan.
Yeah, that's got to sting. We head into halftime with what it feels like victory already decided here. Patriots 45, 49ers 7. But we will see, as folks, we still have 2 quarters of football to play. Anything can happen. And if anything, I think the 49ers want to put some more points on the board. Welcome you into the AFA halftime report. And there's that time of possession at DJ. 27 minutes for New England, 3:43 for San Francisco.
Oh, my gosh. I don't think I've ever seen a stat that jarring in all of my time broadcasting.
No. This may be the most one-sided stat sheet that I've seen to this point. And I know that in a lot of ways, DJ, you can say, what the 49ers, what they didn't do, what they haven't been able to do so far. But really, it's more about what the Patriots have been able to do offensively, defensively, special teams getting in on it. There is no way at the moment that the 49ers can find to stop this forward momentum that the Patriots currently have.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. I think this is a situation where you just got to give New England all the credit in the world and don't discount anything they're doing by saying what could San Francisco do better or what hadn't they done. I completely agree with you, partner.
And to the point, as we get a chance to look at some of the snapshots of the half, all, New England based for the most part. Truman did have that fantastic run to finally put some points on the board. But, like you said, when you go to the locker room, you got to talk to your team. For the 49ers, I think right now, like you said, you continue to develop these players as there continues to be new players that come on the squad each and every week. And I think this is a time for somebody to stand up and kind of shine in this second half of the 49ers, even if victory feels out of reach.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. I mean, if you're a team coming into this game, right, especially this half, I mean, you still got to play your hearts out. You got to try and give your team some motivation, despite how jarring the stats are and how out of it you must feel at this point in the game. Not even for yourself, just for the fans, right? I mean, they're here to watch you guys play at your best, so you're going to try your best to do so.
We get a chance to look at the halftime hero. Of course, it is Cannon McAllister. Excuse me. I actually think you can make a play for Kool-Aid in that as well. Maybe even the big stepper. That just kind of tells you the kind of day it's been for the Patriots as we welcome you back inside here on a cool evening here at Gillette Stadium. Merry Christmas to those of you that maybe we didn't get to say that to prior to the holiday. A Happy New Year to you as well as we get ready and we kick off the year 2026 with the AFA in style. It's good to be with you, and we're excited to have you along for what we have coming up into the new year. As we kick this one away for the start of the second half, San Francisco with the return. That is Yakisoba out to the 29-yard line. Pretty good spot for the 49ers as they'll take the field.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see how they come out of the gate. I mean, of course, really their one main play of production was a blown run up the middle by Trun and Dunn. I'm curious to see if they continue that, especially considering this is a similar defensive formation we saw him break away from.
Prince Wonder throwing over the middle. There we said, looking for a bright spot. How about Matthew Rogers to the house? First play from scrimmage of the third quarter.
I mean, if you're going to come back from a deficit that large, you're going to have to do so pretty early on. I mean, talk about early. One play, one touchdown for Prince Wonder and Matthew Rogers, a connection that we haven't got to see a whole lot of. Rogers trying to blossom his way into the San Francisco offense and showing he may be here to stay.
Yeah, did you see Joey Cronin there, DJ, on the coverage, kind of falling backwards, trying to pick that one off, and that was really what caused Matthew Rogers to get so wide open. So a mistake there, a rare mistake on Joey Cronin's part, and the extra point is good. It's 45-14 in favor still of the Patriots.
Yeah, and that's a situation maybe where you're just way ahead, right? You're feeling way too overconfident. So you're kind of playing a little bit lax, thinking you can do it all at that point. And they certainly took advantage of it by scoring.
So the 49ers will take back over quickly as that is Thiago Rose on the return. We get the let's take a look. Let's add some salt there to the wound for those 49ers fans. Patriots possessions today. They've not even had to punt once.
No, they haven't. I mean, their defense has even got involved in the scoring game. Saw pick six, 2 rushing touchdowns. I believe McAllister has 3 passing touchdowns as well as setting up that late field goal.
1st and 10. They give once more to the big stepper who picks up 4. And like I said, I think it's another good time to mention public service announcement here for the AFA, DJ. I do this a couple times a game. Just reminding folks that they can check us out, the American Football Association, over on Discord to get involved in the action. If you think you have something to help contribute to not only the teams on the field, but stats or production, submit a ticket. Our Commissioner Brady White will get back with you. As it's a handoff on 2nd down. Again, the big stepper just fighting hard to get the first down. And now you see the methodology here to chew the clock out.
Yeah, I mean, you think about that run. It's a nice hole up the middle in I formation. You have Bubba Rig leading the way through that gap with the big stepper behind him. 2 of the most aggressive, powerful runners that the league has to offer. What do you do? Do you just set up a prayer? I don't know.
You send up a Hail Mary,
you
right?
Up a first down, it looks like.
Yeah, McAllister now going to throw tipped and incomplete. That was good coverage by Armani Lassiter, and that'll bring up the 2nd and 10 now on the way.
Looked like they were trying to connect with Butters up the seam again. That's something we talked about early on that they had tried to connect with, and kind of off the mark. You see the perfect balance we talked about.
Yes.
Man, that's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, that is a team that is locked right now.
Oh!
As I say
There we go.
that, how about Armani Lassiter? All right, so, he had the tip on the previous play. This time he says, I can do one better on this one. Jumps in there, jumps the route on Kool-Aid and gets the interception.
Yeah, that's just about learning and taking advantage of tendencies, right? We've seen the Patriots run so many curl routes today, especially to Kool-Aid. Lassiter had learned that, watched the eyes of the QB shift back to Kool-Aid, so he jumped that route successfully. McAllister had someone open in the flats he could have took advantage of, but he tried to go a little bit deeper, and it kind of bit him in the butt. Oh,
Pressure
man.
coming, and Wonder is walloped by big number 67, as that is the defensive tackle, Doc McStuffins.
I mean, that's just a powerful hit around the edge. Gets off the left tackle, sheds him off easy, and just all of his weight onto Wonder. 7-yard loss.
Yeah, McStuffins just pancaked Prince Wonder into the ground. Trips to the left now for Prince Wonder in a 2nd and long situation here. Another rollout's coming. It's guarded nicely. Has to throw short to get that negative yardage back. Finds Rogers for about 6. It's 3rd and 11 coming up.
Another situation, forced to throw long. But we finally saw it work for them in a good way. Last drive, we could see a new 49er squad coming out of the gate. But let's see what New England secondary has to say about that.
Empty set. Wonder steps up, throws, has his man again.
Oh!
It's Rogers. He's breaking free.
Gone!
Touchdown, 49ers. What are we witnessing here?
I mean, we're witnessing a revitalization, if you will. He runs the out and up. What a terrific route. Fantastic. You have trips to that side. You have a hitch from the inside receiver, and you have a corner from the outside most receiver that draws the corners in the area away from that up route once he commits to it. Great throw from Prince Wonder. 2 early touchdowns within, 3 minutes of this quarter starting. We could see something insane tonight, Cam.
Hey, you know what? That's exactly right. 45-21, San Francisco. I mean, they maybe want to make me eat my words here. As I said at the half, it felt like victory maybe had already been decided, as the great Lee Corso says. Not so fast, my friend. All of a sudden, we may have ourselves a ball game with a couple more stops by this San Francisco defense.
I mean, this is a complete resurrection of a squad right now. I mean, we talked about how it is just how well New England is doing. I mean, somebody must have told San Francisco that in the halftime. And maybe you talked about what you need to tell a team in the halftime break. Maybe just tell them, how negatively the broadcasters are talking about the team, right? Because they're coming out like a loaded cannon. And, I mean, they're fixing everything that we criticized them on in the first half.
That's exactly right. Cannon McAllister now lining up under center, trying to take some of that momentum back.
Oh,
and it's incomplete. Again, looking for Kool-Aid. Maybe too early to tell here, DJ, but I almost feel like some of the adjustments they've made, definitely double-teaming Kool-Aid now has made a difference.
Yeah, definitely seems that way, at least a lot more zones in his area for sure. One thing I'm kind of questioning here, Cam, is why they have so suddenly switched to a pass-first approach with how dominant the rush attack was at the end of the half.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, if you like you said, you're comfortable 45-7 coming into the third quarter. Like you said, less than 3 minutes into this third quarter, it's 45-21, tipped, and it's 3rd and 10. And like you said, all of a sudden the Patriots have went away from what has worked so perfectly for them.
Yeah, just trying to change the approach, and maybe after the interception, they're trying to put it back in his hands to gain some momentum back, but all it's doing is causing him to force incompletions he doesn't need to be throwing.
McAllister labeled the halftime hero, trying to make a big play here. It is 3 straight incompletions. A tip by Wonder will bring on the punting unit for the first time today for the Patriots.
I mean, what a big spot to get it in, right? You're going to have the ball back, and you're going to be able to score again if you're able to take it the other way. That cuts the lead down to 17 if you can score again. Right now being 24. Man, if you're New England coming out of this next drive, once they get the ball back, you seriously got to look at things as a whole and start running that ball again. One, it's going to chew the clock out on a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Yeah.
And two, it's going to play to your strength.
Boy, it flipped on a dime, didn't it, DJ? I mean, we initially come out of the half saying, oh, well, it looks like they're going to run it hard with the big stepper. They're just going to chew the clock out.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, it's an all-air assault, and you see what San Francisco's been able to do with it. 5:15 remaining here in the third. Here's a handoff to Trunan Dunn, who weaves his way around, picks up 2, and it is 2nd and 8 with 5 minutes and counting left in the third. I think, San Francisco keeps playing as they are. They could try to claw their way back into it. Time, in my opinion, is the only thing that's not on their side at the moment.
Yeah, it's completely right. But, looking at it as a whole, if New England keeps doing what they've been doing offensively, not really taking any time off the clock, you may just have enough time if you're San Francisco. I like that they are still running the ball, however, because we've seen with a guy as explosive as Trunan Dunn is, he could break off for a touchdown at any point. So it's worth trying to stay a little bit more balanced than you were early on in the game.
And this is why they play the game. This is why it's 4 full quarters. This is why you don't check out after the first 2 quarters and you stay with the stream, right? Oh, and that pass incomplete. Tried to throw to the broadside there of the sidelines for Matthew Rogers, and the 49ers will have to punt.
One thing you always got to think about is we saw the amount of scoring New England put up in the first half, and they did it in just one half. Mm-hmm. Who's to say New England can't do the same in one half, right?
Yeah.
Or, San Francisco.
Yeah, no, I got you, my friend. It's something that, like I said, they could very well do here. New England does get a defensive stop that time, and they'll start from the 29-yard line with 4:13 remaining in the third. Excuse me.
Yeah, Thiago Rose on the return there, and you see the 2 backs on each side of McAllister. I see no reason why you come out of the gate and pass the ball here. None.
Agreed. We'll see what they do. They start from the 29-yard line, and they give it to the big man, Bubba Rigg, to the right side, picks up 2. More importantly, clock continues to run. And when you have a lead like this, it really is never too early to start talking about clock usage in this game.
Yeah, I mean, especially whenever you have such a significant lead, right? Because, I mean, there's only so many times you can score in a short amount of time. I mean, they're going to pass here.
McAllister slings it in there, and I mean, over the top of 3 gold helmets, and he finds his man once again for the first down.
Breaks the century mark with that catch, his first catch of the half, if I'm not mistaken. Gains 16 on 6 catches. He's going to have 101. You see the graphic on your screen there. And a nice job, a nice way to get some momentum and confidence back into your QB.
Bubba Rigg now with the carry, and he makes 1, 2, 3 men miss, picks up the first. Oh, they're going to say just short of it. What a fight by the big man, Thaddeus Bubba Rigg.
Yeah, some great blocking up in front of him. You see the splits there, been using them all over the field. And it's interesting to see from a fullback, Cam, that the majority of his yardage is on the outside.
Yeah. They're using him in a very unconventional way there with spreading him out to the left or to the right. But you know what? That is, what can we say? Some of the best players that we've ever seen in the history of football, sim or non-sim. They do things their own way. They do things that other position players maybe can't do. So you just got to carve your own path. Speaking of carving, what about that big hole that was carved by the offensive line for the big stepper to get the first down?
I mean, now, Cam, just with how successful this drive is going for New England, it only strengthens the point we made previously of why come out the gate and pass. I mean, you were chopping down this Niners defense.
Oh, absolutely. And still, look at this, Bubba Rigg again. I tell you, he's one shoestring tackle away from having, at least 1 touchdown on the night, and he about did it there.
Yeah, I mean, the blocking is just fantastic for New England. Even when Bubba Rigg isn't at the fullback position, they have their backup fullback playing there, and he usually goes out and gets a good block.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, just so much success on the ground game.
Well, I'll tell you
Very
something
heavy.
about Bubba Rig. They can't get him down if they hit him high. They got to go
Yeah.
low.
Yeah, I think you're completely right. All the tackles we're seeing broad on him are those shoestring tackles around the legs, right?
That's exactly right. As the big stepper continues to do his thing, gets another 1st and 10. Minute 15 counting here in the third. As McAllister throws, gets the first over the top, finds Jebediah Butters. And also something you can see with McAllister, he's so much more comfortable throwing when it is a run-heavy drive.
Oh yeah, absolutely. In one part, because even if you're not throwing the ball, a successful drive is going to give you some confidence either way, right? But whenever you're run first, the defense is playing on their front foot, which means it's harder for them to play deeper coverage.
On the carry, the big stepper bounces it out right side. He's tackled around the ankle, short of the first. 2nd and 1. Again, that was a tackle that, again, by Lassiter was able to thwart the touchdown. But right now, this offensive line is moving, and these backs are chewing up yardage and clock.
Yeah, I mean, about 4 yards away here. 2nd down, we will see a run.
Oh, got
just
trapped.
short.
Yeah, trapped behind the fullback there. Brings up 3rd and inches.
We've got to give some credit, even though this defense has struggled a little bit to stop this Patriot squad. Armani Lassiter has been a very bright spot in a dim looking defense.
Yes, that is right. Now, if they can come up with a stop on 3rd and inches, but they
Oh,
cannot, as that is the big stepper who runs it in for his 3rd touchdown of the day to push New England over 50 points in this contest.
Going to get another look at it here. Fullback leads the way, takes the block, and he's just gone. Another run where he is completely untouched in the red zone. I mean, what can you do if you're, San Francisco here?
Yeah, there's
the pending extra point. They'll be double their total score.
The extra point is good, and
More than double. I can't.
Yeah.
Count.
Well, you know what, DJ? I think the phrase that comes to mind is that's more like it.
Yep.
That's what we expect.
Especially with the leads you have. I mean, you go back and think about it, but really it only let up one touchdown, and then they kind of fixed things after their defense made a stop, right? And now they're back on track. So really, what harm did it do? You're testing the waters. But test and practice, not on game day.
Very good point. That's why you run those practices all week long leading up to the big day. As Soba brings this one out, I think you're looking potentially at the player of the game, no doubt. So, of course, we'll disclose that at the end of today's broadcast. But for San Francisco now, again, they find themselves in more of a deficit than they had been in the last couple of series, down 52-21, but we expect them to keep fighting here, more than likely keep going to the air. We'll find out. 30 seconds remaining in the third. Here's the drop back by Wonder. He throws one. It's complete to Santiago Jaquez, who's finally getting into this game.
Yeah, I mean, look at the confidence we're seeing from Prince Wonder as the game goes on, right? This isn't a situation where you're being forced to throw deep like we saw early on in this game. They're choosing to, and it's crazy that that's the difference in what causes him to play as confidently as he is.
Yeah, that is indeed the case. One thing else that feels like it's maybe changed a little bit in favor of the 49ers, even though the deficit is so much bigger, is the pocket has improved as he's able to step up there and find his man for a gain of 1. And that will do it for 3/4, 3/4 of the way home. The Patriots leading the 49ers 52-21. You're watching the AFA on YouTube. Welcome back. Alongside DJ Kilgannon, I'm Cameron Duty. Thank you, as always, for spending a part of your evening with us here on YouTube and in the Discord channels as we see the 49ers trying to make some ground up here on this 3rd and 9 play. They couldn't get it there on the second down carry, DJ.
Yeah, just completely shut down there. And now it's another situation where they are forced to pass. So I'm curious if this one will be as clean.
3rd and 9, Wonder going to throw over the middle, and he's able to convert, finding Rodgers in a swarm of blue jerseys and silver helmets.
Yeah, just as clean as the prior. You're seeing Wonder playing with, desperation really is the word that comes to mind, because any chance you have at pulling this one out, it'd be a miracle if you're able to, but you're going to have to play perfect football.
Matthew Rodgers, they've got some dangerous weapons here. As Wonder throws again, he's able to thread the needle and find Rodgers once more for 4. But, 49ers, they're not lack for weapons. You've got Santiago Jaquez on one side, Matthew Rodgers on the other. A lot to grow from and learn and gain from this.
Mm-hmm.
2nd and 6, Wonder throws over the middle. It's going to be short of the first, but it's a good gain by Jay Ballmer on his first reception.
Talk about the stacked roster of weapons as well as Trun and Dunn, right? Very explosive. We've seen him, and Matthew Rodgers, very big play capability, able to turn not a lot into a huge touchdown at any moment.
On the ground with Dunn, and I don't know that he got it. They're going to have to bring out the chain gang.
It looked short. It's for the Niners, so they're going to call it short. I'm curious what it really was.
Yeah, well, you're right on that, DJ. But, if we're going to be fair, they haven't needed too much assistance there. Oh, look at this.
They're going to challenge the chain gang.
Challenge the chains. So San Francisco says to heck with it. I don't need to keep these challenges in my back pocket.
Yeah, they're right. But again, they got to remember who's out there.
He says, I know what I'm up against. I don't care.
I don't care. It's like fighting God with it's taking on hell with a squirt gun, as a wise man once said.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, well.
San Francisco will be charged with timeout.
Can't
This is, where you play
this
is where you play the laugh track on those old TV shows, right?
Or you get what was the sound effect on The Price is Right when you went too high on your bid?
Yeah.
And you lost?
Yep.
Yeah. You got that big long trombone at the end of it.
Yep, exactly. They
well,
will get free, though, pending.
Yeah. 42-yard attempt here coming up. And he just shanks it.
Just is pretty kind there, Cam.
Being generous, my friend. Felt generous tonight. It's the season of giving.
It is. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, that wasn't even in the same zip code. So, New England will take over 52-21. I think we've made this comment before on a couple of games, DJ. That is an area that the 49ers... folks, how about this? Get on Discord, create your player. Let's start building a special teams unit here for these 49ers. It's the ground attack for the big stepper. Wow, that was a tough-looking play, but he's able to pick up 5 at the end of it.
Yeah, he ran south, ran west, east, everywhere but north pretty much until the very end of that play where he was able to cut it upfield barely and run for a good chunk of it. Nice ball carrier vision, if you will, there.
Yeah, indeed. Didn't stop on the play, did he? At all. Clock continuing to run, the most important thing here with 6 minutes remaining in this ball game. I formation with Cannon McAllister lining up, sends Colorado Kool-Aid in motion. Here's the snap. The big stepper making one man miss, takes a second one to get him down. I believe that was Lassiter who will get credited for the tackle. Oh, look at that stat.
Yeah, 4-13 on the day, led by a run first charge of the big stepper. Start thinking about your game ball here, because maybe a tough one as this game continues on, and he's probably just going to continue to pad his stat sheet.
Yeah, indeed, and they'll continue to look his way. And that goes back to kind of the point that we made as we see a big run here popping out left side. You're right about that, DJ. to the house, to the 5, touchdown. Yeah, they couldn't get him. There's your player of the game.
Yeah, he must have comms up here into the booth and heard that, because he just took that one and just shoved it to the face of the 49ers. Great blocking on the edge of that offensive line. The left tackle, the tight end, the fullback who was leading the way was able to catch a linebacker as he was making some separation. And at that point, no one's catching the big stepper once he starts smelling that end zone. Another run, Cam. That's 3 touchdowns. Now that the 4 on the day, but before the thought slips my mind, that's a 3rd touchdown where he wasn't even touched by a defender.
Yeah, and I think it goes back to a point that we touched on a little bit earlier at halftime, DJ. We said that this 49ers offense, for the woes that they had, it's really not the reason that they're losing. Yeah. It's the defense has not been able to get. Okay, they have gotten 1 stop, but that's it. This entire game, this offense has, there's a reason the punter's uniform is spotless today, and that's because he's not really had to be out there.
Yeah, his leg is feeling great, Hasn't got much use out of him today. The kicker, he might have some soreness. He might have to get in the ice bath as well as the big stepper and a lot of these offensive players here, because they have been on the field for probably 85% of this game.
Yeah. And, that defense of the 49ers has been giving a daunting task. And you see Wonder there threading that one in, and it was around the neck tackle that brings Matthew Rogers down as he picks up the 1st.
Yeah, clothesline at that 3rd level after the completion. Nice post route. Top high safety wasn't really able to get down there in time to be able to break the ball out of his grasp.
So, and you look at the stats, 10 of 20 on the day for Prince Wonder. The 2 interceptions, really not a terrible day at the office. And I think, as you see, a good run here by Truman Dunn to pick up the 1st. But I think this leads back into what we were saying, our thoughts on this game. The offense really hasn't played terrible. You just, you get down early and you can't come back because the offenses of the opposing team continues to just smother you.
If you make enough mistakes early on in a football game, it doesn't matter how well you play in the latter half of the game. Your mistakes will stay the whole way. Those 2 interceptions happening in the 1st quarter and gave New England easy drives to score the other way.
Yep, indeed. As Wonder now throwing, Rogers still on his feet about the 15. It's a no-huddle situation. We'll see him get back up to the line quickly. And Wonder going to throw again, this time short. It is complete to Ballmer. 4-yard gain.
Cronin on a hard hit there. He's playing pretty shallow.
Wonder throwing right side. It's picked. Coming back the other way, it's TK Wells.
Well,
one big man able to bring him down to stop the pick 6.
I thought he was gone, Cam. I didn't think anybody was catching him the other way.
I did not either. TK Wells, and that is the danger you get with running the hurry up as often as they were having to do it. Nobody really able to get set, having to just hurry the throw, and you see the result.
It's like that old Larry Allen play back in the day where the lineman hawks him down and makes the tackle. I mean, he was in a good enough position to be able to chase him down and make the play, but assuredly going to see these last 4 minutes get churned away by the rushing attack of the Patriots.
Well, yeah, big stepper with a carry, 3-yard gain, a 2nd and 7 coming up. Yeah, I remember that not fondly, too well in my memory bank as a Dallas Cowboys fan there. Tough go of it. There's 2 big times I can think of. You remember the time in Miami, it was in Dallas, but they were playing Miami on Thanksgiving. And remember how they had the game won on, what was it, like a blocked field goal, and then they touched the football, it rolled out of the back of the end zone and gave Miami the touchdown, right?
Oh,
Isn't that how that went?
I think so. I trust your memory on it.
Yeah, and that was probably, well, never mind. You weren't alive then. 1st and 10. Who am I kidding? The big stepper with the carry. I'm talking about something that happened in like 1992. I should just stop right now.
No, I mean that Larry Allen play was way back in the day, and I know it. So
Yeah, that is true. That you do. But here I start this whole. You remember back in the day when they had 8 tracks, kids, and you're no. They had MP3 downloads by the time you was
yeah,
born, DJ. My
yep,
goodness.
yep.
First and 10 coming up. It's just that everyday reminder I'm old.
I
Here's
came
the
out with an
handoff.
iPhone game.
Dial up, anyone? As the
Right.
big stepper has the carry. Gain of 3. Oh, man. Well, I tell you what, folks, I think, and hopefully it comes across that way, we certainly have a fun time calling these games for you guys. No matter the outcome, we hope you've had a good time watching either your team, scale the heights of victory today or try to claw their way back at the end of it, as New England here getting close to the 2-minute warning. And they will let it go down to the 2-minute warning. So, folks, New England with a career high franchise high 59 points in the AFA leads the 49ers. You're watching the AFA on YouTube.
Could be wrong here, partner. Is this a league record? This game, I can't recall another time 59 got scored. I feel like I would.
Right, I don't. To my recollection, this is a first. We'll have our stats team correct us in post-production if that is indeed the case. But I do believe that we have. I think this is an all-time first for the AFA. Let's put it that way.
You're seeing on the field as well. They have the backup quarterback in. Thiago
Yes.
Rose is getting some carries at halfback now. Spreading the love here in this late game.
And that is also maybe a first as well in this game, as Thaddeus Bubba Rigg with a good carry, and he actually steps out of bounds, so that'll preserve some clock as he was shoved out that way. But I think this is the first game as well that they've actually had to go to their bench players.
Yeah, just getting them some experience, right? Might as well in the crunch time, right? When there's not a whole lot of garbage time, they like to call it. Not really much point of playing, just getting some snaps in.
As Bubba Rigg fights hard. But, I never liked that phrase as we get the time. I mean, to any of these players that put in the work to get out here on the field, it's not really garbage time, is it? I mean, when you really truly look at it. An opportunity to excel or try to learn your craft anyway. As the way I like to say it, it gives me a chance to work on my stand-up comedy.
There you go. Yeah, and whenever you look at it that way, I think you're right. I think more the phrase of, garbage time, a team's up 60, and then they break off a big touchdown and they make it 67, right? Yeah. And their star halfback scored again. That's when I kind of think more garbage time. But I'm glad to see Rose getting some plays out there. They're running the ball with Bubba Rigg a good bit as well. Giving the big stepper some well-deserved rest.
Oh, for sure. But Bubba Rigg has had a heck of a night himself, which is great to see. Like I said, I think as we get closer and closer to the postseason, as you see another big run by Thaddeus, I think that you're going to talk about right now the Patriots and the Raiders looking like the class of the field. We're getting close to the postseason. And, I think we're going to start having a lot of discussions about which team is stacked, which team is loaded. The Patriots with this fullback and running back duo at the top of the league, I have to think.
Yeah, them and the Patriots kind of neck and neck. But you look at those teams and you see different strengths, right? I look at the Patriots and I see that dominant fullback, halfback tandem you talked about. I look at the Raiders and I see a dominant secondary that likes to take the ball away and a defensive first team that, thinks that way at all times, making stops. Come late in the season, it's going to be so fun watching an offensive and defensive juggernaut clash.
It is, and we've got some great games coming down the wire, folks, so stick with us. It's only going to get better from here. A lot of exciting football to come your way. For the Patriots, they put up 59 on the day. They beat the 49ers in what definitely was a more competitive second half, as you see the final score there. Good game by both of these units, still fighting it out to the bitter end. And we'll take a look at the post-game stats there. And DJ, why not? Let's just go ahead and give the game ball to the guy that we we think is pretty much going to get it anyway.
Yeah, and you got to give the big stepper his credit. 4 rushing touchdowns and a boatload of rushing yards. You're going to see all the stats along the screen. I think if he doesn't get it, I feel like it has to be Cannon McAllister, who
Yeah.
took care of the ball very well. So we saw him throw a late touchdown or a late interception, excuse me.
Yeah.
That got taken the other way. The early interception got fumbled right back to the offense. But, for San Francisco's squad, I do want to give a game ball for their efforts as well. Someone who, might go underlooked in such a high scoring showing for New England, and that's Armani Lassiter, right? He
Yes.
had the interception late in the game, and he was all over the field with tackle. There's the big
Oh, yeah.
stepper, 170 yards. What a day for him.
And how about the time of possession for New England? 37 minutes at the end of this one to just a little over 9 for San Francisco. Sometimes it felt like we hardly even got a chance to see the offense as much as New England held on to that football. But that will win you the game 99.9% of the time. And so with that, we get ready and we transition, folks. We thank you for watching the AFA on YouTube. For Brady White and my partner DJ Kilgannon, I'm Cameron Duty. We'll see you next time when the AFA rolls on right here on YouTube.
Peace
Good
out.
night, everybody.